awkward artist this evening. Emphasis on awkward. I don't do videos normally for a reason, but for ConStellation, I'll give it a go. And with that caveat out front, there won't be much fancy editing. It will just be me and my 7-year-old iPad and a lot of hand gestures. I was asked to talk about frugal artistry and or how to do a convention on a budget. As an artist, the first thing I would say is secondhand everything that isn't your actual working materials. For paint and canvas, I am very particular and only buy my favorite brands. If there's a coupon, fantastic, but I will pony up for my materials, as that is a reflection of how seriously I take my work and how seriously I respect my clients and their money. Always remember, people are paying you for a product and it should be the absolute best it can. So far as what one can do secondhand, behold the thrifted wardrobe, Goodwill everything that you can see, jewelry that I have owned for at least a decade, if not longer. My hair is braided because I could not find my curling iron, which gets used once every 3 years. And I drive a 30-year-old car because I like cheap insurance. As for, again, materials that you can get away with secondhand, most of my booth gear was Goodwill or repurposed household items. My table sheets were repurposed. My various stands for my prints were bought at Goodwill. I will do secondhand frames because a lot of beautiful frames, brand new, still with their stock photo inserts, end up at thrift shops. So you can get a $100 frame, I kid you not, for $2 to $5, depending on your frame budget. I like to make a game out of $2 if at all possible. And in some cases I will refinish said frames. This is my Autumn King, and his frame was actually gifted to me by someone who spotted it secondhand and thought I'd like it. It was plain wood except for the gold around the center. I kept the gold and refinished the wood with a crackle finish. It took a couple tries to get the shade of green I wanted, but it ended up being the absolute perfect frame for this guy for basically free. The only thing that cost was when I took it to be mounted in the frame at Michael's, which is generally about $6 at my Michael's because I'm a bit of a frequent flyer. Because my hands live such a hard life, that is something I spare them, and I also just do not have room in my studio for power tools. So for that, I will take them in. Regarding secondhand, it's again really a question of how much you're comfortable with, and always making sure that you are getting as new of an item as possible. Again, so much that is new ends up at secondhand stores. The better part of our house is thanks to secondhand stores. Again, most of what you see, secondhand. Not myself, of course. I am one and only and original. But again, emphasis on awkwardness. But the main thing I want to convey is that a convention and setting up for a convention can cost as little or as much as you are willing to spend on it. So if you go ahead and put that cap of how much you can do and work within those boundaries, I think you will find you will become even more creative with what you already have and reimagining things that you come across. Other options for saving money are splitting a table with a friend who's also a vendor. Do double check the convention you're attending, as not all of them like vendors to split tables because of it complicating the bookwork a little bit. And so far as attending conventions and saving money, it's okay to have a budget. Something I always tell my clients, and especially my regulars, is I never want anyone to eat ramen on my account. I'll still be here. My art will still be here. You can always contact me later about a piece, whether it's a commission you're interested in, a print, or a painting that you're just in love with, I would rather hold on to a piece for someone that I know will take care of it. I do not mind, so always feel free to ask. And as someone who wants to support my fellow vendors and the convention but only has so much money to go around myself, what I usually do is I will ask if I can take photos of their booth. Please do ask first. It is a courtesy and it is appreciated. And I will share those on social media during the convention. If I come across a vendor who I am just gobsmacked by, I will share their work regardless of the convention. And I often make a game during a weekend of can I get a sale for so and so, especially if they're having a slow weekend. I'm doing nothing but sitting here for 3 days. The least I can do is try to spread the love and get people here and get people talking to each other. Because the best thing about conventions, and I'm sure the thing that we all miss the most, are the people and spending time with the, I can hardly find the words. I spent my life trying to find my people, and then I found conventions, and it was like, here is where I was supposed to be. And I'm sure more than a few of you feel that, and I hope you know that you're missed. Look forward to seeing you next year and seeing you this way. Thank you for enduring my awkwardness. There are a few more videos if you haven't had enough. Please take care of yourselves, stay well and wonderful, and thank you for attending Virtual Constellation. I am Arden Nixon, and I so appreciate your support.